First of all, I want to appreciate everyone who watches and interacts with my video. I appreciate you and I love you. I focus on self-love, confidence, and being the best version of yourself because I believe in you and I believe you have all it takes to achieve your goals. All you have to do is key into it. Okay, so I have been talking and quote unquote preaching for months, and I thought to myself, I'd like to hear back from you guys. And so I sent out a questionnaire on all my social media handles, and I don't know if I should say fortunately or unfortunately, all my questions came from girls, and that's why I named this a girl talk. And so we're going to chat about everything in the process of me answering your questions. Who's ready? I'm just going to dive straight into it. And so my first question, and actually it wasn't my first question, but the reason why I want to answer this is that it's a question that's very close to my heart. It says that people don't talk about adult or friendship breakups. They really hurt more than romantic. Oh my God, where do I start from? I'm just going to talk to you guys straight from my heart because those who know me know that I've been through a couple of very, very painful friendship heartbreaks. I think the most painful for me was a friend in university that I had over a long period of time, and then unfortunately it didn't work out and we stopped being friends. She was my best friend, and what I've learned from that is that first of all, losing friends is a form of growth. Sometimes it's not always a bad thing, you know. When you lose friends, you realize that, oh, maybe I've gone from one stage to another, I have grown, and then I have outgrown some certain friends. It is perfectly fine to outgrow some friends. What I also learned is I had my faults, she had her faults too. It's never always a one-sided thing as much as we look at it. It's not always a one-sided thing. So what I did was that I learned from my mistakes. Okay, I could have done this better. Okay, I could have done that better. And that also helped me to realize the type of friends I want to keep, because now I've been in this friendship, it didn't work out, basically maybe because of the way she was, the things she did, I don't know, I'm just saying. But it also helped me to realize what I want in a friend. I know that I spoke about this just the other day, and I was saying that my major requirements for friendship, that's aside being a good person, aside being nice, aside being, you know, whatever you are, I think for me, the major thing for me is I cannot keep insecure friends. All my friends have to be confident. You have to be that girl. You have to be, and that confidence has to come from the inside. I mean, yes, she's pretty, but I'm gorgeous too. Yes, her body is tea, but guess what? My body is tea too. That confidence has to come from the inside. And I feel like those are the things that I've learned in the process of losing friends and in the process of making new ones. All I'm trying to say is sometimes friendship breakups is not a bad thing. Sometimes it helps you learn, and sometimes it also shows that you have grown from one level to another. Like I said, it's perfectly fine to outgrow friends. You don't have to make enemies. It's fine to outgrow friends, you know, it's all love, but you also have to take your lessons from it as much as that person takes their lessons from it. And then I got this other question. I can't lie. I was expecting some more fun questions. You guys really just put me on the spot with these questions because I was thinking somebody was going to ask me, are you in a relationship? I mean, but nobody asked that. I'm glad nobody asked that. But I mean, why did you guys ask me all these serious questions? Do I look like a serious person to you? That's by the way. Okay, so I got this question that says, how do you manage difficult parents during your level up journey? Oh my God, oh my God. When I saw this, I was like, this is such a beautiful question, because you know how you have a little problem, you call your mom, you call your dad. Imagine if your parents are the problem, who do you turn to? It's such a big issue, but what I want to say first is you have to understand that your parents, it's their first time living too. I mean, when I was younger, I thought, okay, by a certain age, I would have figured it out. By a certain age, I would have figured it out. I'm 23 and I have not figured shit out. I mean, I've figured a couple of things out, but there's a billion things I still have not figured out. And I promise you, even at 40, even at 50, even at 60, there are still so many things they've not figured out. So I want to tell you, forgive your parents. Do you understand me? Forgive them. It's their first time living too. They've never been parents in another life. They've never been parents before. They are going to make mistakes. It's not always going to be pleasant, but you have to forgive them and have to understand that when it's your time and when you become a parent, you have to do better. And then I'd also say this, if you have to limit interaction with your parents to be your best self, then it's great you do it. Create boundaries. If you realize that every time you're in their space, they make you feel a certain way, or they downgrade you, or they kind of take you, you've taken 2 steps forward and they take you 3 steps backwards. I think that it's best for you to limit your interaction with them and create boundaries. And then also, I would say that because everybody needs some sort of help, everybody needs some sort of, I don't know if I should call it a higher power, but you need some sort of help. So if you have to get that help professionally because you can't find it in your parents, then I would advise you do that. It's a very interesting question, but at the same time, it also has, it's because your parents are your blood. Your parents are the one who gave birth to you. And I've never really been in a situation of bad parents, so I cannot necessarily give you a very concrete answer. But what I'm just trying to say is, first of all, forgive your parents. Just cut them a little bit of slack. Limit your interaction with them if it causes you to feel a certain way. Create boundaries. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you can also seek professional help, just in case, because I'm not a professional. I'm just, big sis, little sis trying to help. Somebody said, can you make a video showing us how to use cutlery? No, I can't. Like, what? What do you think we're doing here? There are videos on YouTube for you to do that. So no, I can't make a video showing you how to use cutlery. Okay, and then we have another one here that says, how do you turn your passion into a career? This is a really interesting one because it's also something I can relate to. I'm going to start by saying this. There was somewhere I read that said hard work beats talent where talent doesn't work hard. So it's not just enough for you to have the talent. It's not just enough to know that, oh, I'm a great singer, or oh, I draw very well, or oh, I act very well. It's not just enough. You have to gain experience. Do your research. Make sure that you're so good at what you do that it's undeniable. Seek opportunities. Go out there. Push yourself out there. This time you're taking up most of the responsibility for yourself. If I said I wanted to be a doctor and I would just go to school, get the degree, and I'm in the hospital. Do you understand me? But if I say I'm an artist, I love to draw, I love to sing, I could dance very well, then I have to do majority of the work myself. So you go out there, you seek opportunities, you gain experience. If you have to go work at a talent management company or a record label for a while, just to make sure that you have the backing as to what you do. I'm going to give you guys a very little backstory. So I'm somebody who I love to present, I love to talk, but then I kind of found myself a little bit in the acting space. And so I told myself that, okay, now that I'm here, I'm going to get the backing as to what I do, because I don't like to do things and not know what I'm doing. So I attended a masterclass, I attended classes, I watched online. I made sure that I develop these skills by researching, by seeking opportunities, by gaining experience as to be the best at what I do. So all I'm trying to say is gain the experience, research, do your work. That's the only way you can turn your passion into a career. Do the work, research, gain experience, and seek opportunities. When you do that, then you can make your passion a career. Another question said, how do you develop a positive body image and self-esteem? Well, again, I'm going to say, you can go watch all the episodes of That Girl 101 and everything I've been preaching. But that aside, I really wanted to make this a very personal and realistic. I don't want to answer your questions from an unrealistic point of view. So how do you build confidence and how do you build a positive body image? First of all, you have to understand that you would never be that next person. And so you have to practice self-compassion. Take it easy on yourself. You wake up in the morning and probably you don't like the way there's so many things. You don't like the way your legs look. You don't like the way your hands look. You have to understand that would always be your hands and that would always be your leg. I mean, you can go under the knife and correct it, but how many things do you want to correct? Understanding that that's who I am. That's who I'm always going to be. If I don't like my nose is always going to be like this. Growing up, I didn't like my nose. I always thought I had a snobbish nose. And I'm not going to lie, there was a time I felt really insecure about my body, about my weight. I always felt I was too skinny. I want bigger boobs. I still want bigger boobs. I'm going to tell you a little story. So growing up, I used to be so insecure about my body. And when you're in school, especially high school and probably university, when everybody's hitting their puberty stage and they're getting bigger and the boobs are developing, the ass is developing. I mean, look at me. I hit puberty very, very late. So I always wanted bigger boobs. I used to stuff tissue in my boobs just to make them bigger. But what I came to realize, like I said, you have to have self-compassion. You have to understand that this is always going to be you, and you have to love yourself with that. You're never going to have a big boobs, the biggest boobs in the world. You're never going to have the biggest ass in the world. If you have little ones, that's fine. You have to have self-compassion. Take it easy on yourself. When you look at yourself in the mirror, don't speak negatively. Don't look at your body and think, oh, I look so ugly, or why do I look like this? I mean, we all have bad days, yes, but don't look at yourself and say, why do I look like this? Why is my this like this? Or why does the other person? Do not compare. Comparison is the thief of joy. Do not compare yourself. You're never going to be that next person. But when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, you look at it and you say, okay, yeah, I have small boobs, but guess what? I'm not going to have back pain when I'm old. I have a little body, but guess what? When I'm 30, I'm going to be looking like I'm 20. So make sure you speak positive things to yourself. Take it easy. Take it easy. You know, now we have social media, we have everything. You look online and oh my God, everybody is perfect. But understanding that that's just the facade. You don't have to look that way to be your best self. I tell you the simple truth. You know, just look at yourself in the mirror. Think to yourself, I look great. I look beautiful. In fact, I am the best thing that has ever walked on earth. Nobody can talk shit to me because I look great. That's the attitude you should have when you look at yourself in the mirror, because you would never, ever, ever be that next person. I got a question that said, when do you think is the best time to leave a job? Do you know that I have never worked a 9 to 5 a day in my life? The only time I ever did a somewhat 9 to 5 was my IT. So I don't know, when is the perfect time to leave a job? Damn, when is the perfect time? I mean, if you have an answer to that, please reply in the comment section, or you can DM me, because the truth is, I don't know. I'm guessing when you're unhappy, because your happiness should be the first thing, but then at the same time, you don't want to prioritize your happiness over what you're meant to do. I don't know. I've been trying to put my hands around this question and I can't, because I don't know when is the perfect time to leave a job. I don't know. I'm so sorry, but I don't. So if you know when is the perfect time to leave a job, I would love to hear back from you. So reply in the comment section. Let me know when is the perfect time to leave a job. For those of you that work 9 to 5, if you've left your job into something else, if it worked out for you, I would love, love, love to hear this. So let me know. Let me know how it goes. I got a question that says, Soft Life Queen, what are your tips on living a soft life and a self-care routine? Okay, so this is a very interesting topic, because it's almost like we woke up one morning and there was soft life everywhere on the internet, and people don't really understand what soft life is. They feel like soft life is taking trips, soft life is retail therapy, but that's really not soft life. Soft life is the idea of just rejecting that suffering mentality, rejecting that hyper independence, being able to bask in your femininity. Soft life is, I don't want to be a strong woman. I don't want to be what society labels a strong woman. I want a life of ease. I want a life of comfort. I want to be able to bask in my femininity, be able to be comfortable in my own skin, my self-care routine, everything. So soft life is basically romanticizing the life you already have. Am I making sense? Soft life is romanticizing the life that you already have. So I wake up in the morning, I go to work, and I decide, okay, every time I wake up, I'm going to probably just read a chapter or listen to something positive when I get up. When I enter my car and I go to work, even if I'm using a public transport, I plug something in my ears and just be listening to something positive. I'm romanticizing my life. I get to work, I have my lunch, I come back. Probably on the weekends, I want to do a little workout. I decide every Saturday I'm going to read a book, or I'd listen to a podcast. You know, it's all about romanticizing your life. It's about dropping that spirit of hyper independence, where, you know how women, it's always like, oh, a woman has to do this, a woman has to do that, you have to be this, you have to be that to be considered a strong woman. It's just about your aura. It's about the femininity. It's about loving yourself, being comfortable in your own skin. When you're comfortable in your own skin, then you can live a soft life. Soft life is not retail therapy. Soft life is not first-class trips around the world. Soft life is how you treat yourself. So usually for me, everybody, oh my God, if you come around me, you'd know that I treat myself extremely soft, If I go on a movie set and I don't like the food that they're giving everybody, I'm going to order my food. Those who have worked with me know that I take very good care of myself. But that's because I love myself. Like you say, soft life queen. I want to live a soft life. So I'm not going to treat myself a certain way. I'm not going to eat what I don't want to eat because every morning I wake up, I romanticize my life. In my opinion, that's what a soft life is. Soft life has nothing to do with money. It really, really does not have anything to do with money. So my self-care routine will be, girl, I don't want you to use my self-care routine because I'm not even trying to be humble about this. My self-care routine is insane. My self-care routine, I think I take it to a tad bit, a bit of a high level. So I'm going to leave that out of it because trust me, you don't even want to go through that. I take very good care of myself. You can't even imagine. I do not play about myself, girl. Anybody who has met you will tell you that I don't play about myself. But all I'm trying to say is that in the soft life aspect, you don't have to be the richest to live a soft life. You don't have to have the most expensive things to live a soft life. Romanticize the life you already have. Love the life you already have. And then you can start to live a soft life. Not gonna lie, now that I've shot this video, I enjoyed every single bit of this video. I enjoyed answering your questions. I enjoyed expanding my mind, thinking about things that I probably won't think about on a normal day. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to say this. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Let me know what you want me to do, the kind of things you want to interact with. And I will be, oh my God, I will be more than happy to give it to you. I'm so grateful to everyone who asked me questions. I hope I was able to answer your questions in the best way possible. Literally in the best way possible. I did the best that I could. I hope I was able to answer your questions in the best way possible. I enjoyed every part of this video. I enjoyed hearing back from you, and I hope we can do this a lot more. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe and you hit the like button. You can also follow me on all my socials. I'm very interactive. You can ask me anything you want. I promise you, I am always readily able to help you. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my next video.